Hello, flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, October 30th. Happy Halloween. This will be uploaded on Halloween. Woo.
I'm sorry, I have been battling my throat hates because of allergies for the entire weekend, so.
Yes. And how do we know it's allergies? Laura hasn't gotten sick yet, so...
Well,
allergies.
There's also the fact that it happens every flipping year at about the same time. It is the first time it gets really cold and wet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but something out there is just looking at me and going, die! What?
Okay.
Was that funny or, oh my god, please help me?
It was funny.
Okay.
It was funny. It is October 30th, and, yes, it's cold and wet. It got cold and wet this weekend.
Thankfully, the house stayed nice and warm.
Yes, our power outage Friday night into Saturday. Thankfully, it was like 80 degrees. Not quite. It was like 77. I think it was 78. No, we tied the record. It was 78 degrees Friday. So it was nice and warm all day Friday. It really didn't start cooling off until after midnight Saturday morning. The house stayed nice and warm, so we survived the power outage. Power came back on 2 hours ahead of schedule, and all was good. All was good. All was well.
And we found a way of entertaining ourselves.
Yeah. We had to run a couple errands. So it was good. It was good. You know. I had a hard time stitching because it was kind of dreary out, so I crocheted a lot on Saturday. But I did get stitching in Saturday night.
Considering the fact that until the power came on, you couldn't see squat for that.
Yeah, it was dark and gray. It was dark and gray and kind of drizzly on Saturday. But the thing of it is, they couldn't really put it off till their rain date. Because it was Saturday night into Sunday, and it was worse Sunday. So, and it's been kind of gray and drizzly and rainy today. And I guess when fall is officially here, it's gross and I hate it. Although it is kind of pretty with all the colored leaves. I'll give you that. But as far as the wet,
can it please dry before it freezes so I can mow it?
We were just talking about that at church. I was like, I don't know if we're going to get the leaves mulched out, because we don't rake leaves. That's not good for your yard. We were talking about that this morning before Mass. I was like, I don't know if it's going to get dry before we got to mulch these leaves down. Usually if that doesn't happen, our leaves end up in the church yard. I guess it's better than the kids next door leaving their trash and toys in the churchyard. Yeah, that happened this week. That was quite the drama. Yeah, we're getting our first freeze tonight until tomorrow. So
well,
that's gonna be
there
great.
goes that question.
It's not gonna freeze the ground like that, because it's gonna jump right back up to like 60 over the weekend.
Mental note: leave house 5 minutes early. I gotta scrape off the fan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Been a whole lot of nothing really this week. Enjoyed the nice warm. It was like 70s plus all week last week, and now it's gross and cold and it's gonna freeze. And trick or treat tomorrow is gonna be miserable cold. Glad I don't gotta go out in it. We don't get trick or treaters here, so I don't have to sit with candy. I mean, I guess I have candy. I can put the porch light on if some kids stop by, but
you know what? I've actually seen people when it was like this. They literally put the bowl out, said please take one, and stayed inside.
I'm just gonna put the porch light on. If some kid comes up to the porch, okay, I'll open the door and give them candy.
You want to know the one funny thing about that story?
What?
99% of kids only took one.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really funny. And the kids who did it, their parents yelled at them.
Well, good. We did trunk or treat at the church Friday night, so didn't miss anything by passing out candy guys.
That one kid was a little ninja and he was funny.
Last year there were kids that just did multiple rounds, and it's fine. I mean, we literally had maybe 24 kids. If that.
No, I wasn't complaining. I was actually complimenting the kid because he was smart. He went with different groups.
Well, I don't know that he was doing it intentionally. It's just last year and the year, both. This is the third year they've done it. Kids kind of do multiple rounds, especially the ones that come and do early. Who cares? Like I said, there's like less than 24 kids that do the trunk or treat at the church. Okay, why don't we shout out our commenters? Oh, programming note. Only one person noticed our shenanigans last night. Well, I don't know if other people noticed our shenanigans last week, but one person commented on our shenanigans. We
glitched her out, didn't we?
We did.
That was Tamara, right?
Yes, she's like, you guys confused me. I was so confused. And the country music singer we were referencing was Carrie Underwood. Because she does multiple stages.
She did I think it was either the Grammys or the CMT. One of the music awards she was the host of.
It was one of the country music ones. I think it was the CMAs.
She had, I think it was 80 outfits she changed it
It wasn't quite 80. It was a lot, though.
This was a stupidly high number, though.
So, yes, we did. Our shenanigans last week were shenanigans. Our shenanigans this week are programming changes. They're not really shenanigans. I might glitch you out, though. We would like to eventually start streaming our flosstubes live on Twitch. Take that live stream video and convert it to a flosstube, to the YouTube flosstube. What that really is going to change for you guys who watch us on YouTube is, A, it might change the day it gets posted.
No, I found a way around that.
B, it'll all be one video, continuous video. There won't be the little breaks in it. But to be fair, there's zero reason we need to be doing those. We started doing them. I started doing them when I originally started the flosstube because I was having issues with audio and video unsyncing off of my camera. That was years ago. If you go back and watch some of the early videos before he really joined me, you'll notice that's an issue. And then it kind of just went away. Well, then it kind of I changed to a web camera. Problem solved. I really don't need to be doing those anymore, and quite frankly, they're a pain in the butt with the new editing software. They're a pain in the butt I was willing to do, but with the way we're going to change things up, if we ever get over to Twitch, this is what we're just going to do, one continuous stream. So that's just how we're going to go with it from now on. Makes my life easier. And we'll probably I'm thinking we will put haul at the very end, as opposed to plans and announcements at the very end, because I know not everybody likes to stick around for haul. You don't want to see what I bought. Some people do. But, so that's our shenanigans for this week. You'll notice the difference. We will not break your brain too much. Why don't we shout out our commenters?
Hi. And I apologize for the coughing. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. Morty, Junebug, Teresa, Andre, Bridget, Susie Kill, Sarah, Angie, Tamara, and Lynn. And yes, Tamara. She was very appreciative of the fact that I like her name.
Yes, she was very appreciative. And we broke her brain.
Tamara.exe's brain went.
This is what we do. We like to break people's brains. So let's talk about whips. Baldur's Gate 3 for him.
And I didn't get much. Like, the only time I wasn't playing Baldur's Gate 3, it was too dark. Plus, right now, with this hacking cough, think about it, get grossed out about it, and understand why I'm not going to try it.
Okay. Ooh, I don't know what was on my glasses. I just made it worse. Goodness gracious. Hold on. Oh, ouch. Okay.
I'm holding on.
Alright, so I started last week with my Sal prompt for Daily 30 for Historical Dress Week. It is The Tale as Old as Time Sal. I don't have a cover photo of it because I'm too lazy to go get the cover photo. At least I'm honest. But here's the starting picture. And I have done I did 302 stitches on this in the Beauty and the Beast block. It's almost done. It's nearing completion on that block. There is some back stitch that I need to do, only for some definition on it. And yes, Beast does not have pants on yet, because when I took this with me to I took this with me to my Monday stitching last week, and I got there and I sat down and I realized that not only had I forgotten my scissors, I'd also forgotten the black floss for Beast's pants. So Beast didn't get his pants on yet. Yes, dear.
Does this require pants?
I mean, you know, Beast is not wearing any right now.
Well, it kind of does fit the movie.
Well, you know. I suppose it does. I have stuff everywhere.
Oh, ready for random thing that you brought up last week that ties in with Beast?
What?
The way he dressed in the movie is actually how people used to dress way back when. Just a cloak.
Yep. So, then I pulled out Lace Corset by Alexandra Adelaide. And as I'm talking, you're going to see a preview of where it was before, and then I'm going to tell you what I used it for. I used this for the prompt for least number of flosses. It calls for a couple. I am using one overdyed. It is Silks for You PR 177. And then I also used it for Stitch on a Whip that has gone out of style. I mean, I jokingly said, well, of course it's went out of style, and that's what prompted the gone out of style prompt. But also, I don't really see people stitching a lot of Alexandra Adelaide projects, so I feel like they maybe have gone out of style. I don't know. But I did 671 stitches on it, all over in here-ish. This is on a piece of 32 count Slovak Farm Rapunzel. I'm doing it with, well, I told you I'm doing it with one Silk 3D floss. It makes me happy. Put it that way. Ooh.
I will be right back.
Hold, please. Okay. I then took out Cathedral Wood Goddess by Mirabilia to stitch on. Her prompt was something that has become larger than expected, because this project was a heck of a lot more than I anticipated it to be, with beads and such. And I am tired of beading. It wasn't quite that bad. I think about half of the 300 stitches I did on this were beads, which is a lot.
Can we get hugs in the comments?
So 300 stitches on her. All of it, most of it, I finished the back stitch around her arms, I finished the beads down in here on her. In here on this side on her. And then promptly realized I needed to finish a bunch of stitches over here on her before I could bead. So I went to that. And I'm not done with those stitches yet. This is on a piece of just custom, it was kind of extras, grays, that I put on for her. And yes, I cut it all cattywampus. So that's what I do.
Cattywampus.
Yes.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
You're hearing it now. I used my pass for the prompt, something that you have ran short on, because I could. I mean, I used the pass because I ran short on time. Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Thank you. I was going to say that. Thank you. It's like you read my mind.
Friday, in addition to our new prompts, we got a Halloween pop-up event for phobias. Basically, you come up with a phobia that fits your stitch. I had fun with this. Maybe a little too much fun. I decided I was going to go with, I'm going to finish Immortal by Lucy Beam before the end of the month. So here is the cover photo preview. You are seeing where it started. I came up with 4 of my 6 phobias. So scarcity anxiety, the phobia that you're running short of something. Anthrophobia is the fear of flowers. Thanatophobia, I didn't pronounce that right. It's the fear of death. And logophobia is the fear of words. Not generally with the flower and the word one, it's generally like one in particular, or one grouping, or, you know, with words, sounding words. Still works. I did 953 stitches on it, and it is finished. I did not have the overdyes for this, so what I did was I found the called for DMC that matched the overdyed, and then went the next shade, either lighter or darker. I think with the purple I went the next shade lighter. Actually, I think with all of them I went the next shade lighter, to give it a bit of a variegated look. And yes, I did it on a custom pink fabric that we did in EGA. I did in EGA, but it is a finish. So we has a finish. Hold, please. One more time. Interruptions.
You know what? For the first one of our uninterrupted ones, we've had random breaks.
Seriously. Alright. My
The
last...
mouse pointer.
What? No, I'm moving the mouse pointer. Okay, my last 2 phobias. I pulled out the Christmas ornament that I was working on. What is it? Warm Wishes? Yes, Warm Wishes. Out of the 2021 Just Cross Stitch ornament issue. Yes. I'm lazy and don't actually know where the issue is. This is not done yet. I don't know how many stitches I've done on it. I do know that I finished phobia number 5, which is the phobia of Christmas. I am not going to attempt to pronounce this ridiculously long word that has Christo... Yeah. Nope.
It literally looks like somebody was trying to put Christmas phobia and then spilled the Scrabble pieces.
It's like, seriously, it's got Christ, phobia, in the middle.
I'm going to spell this real quick.
Okay,
Actually, you need to spell because I can't talk that well.
Okay. CHRISTOUGGNATIKOPHOBIA.
But what?
Don't ask me. But we used it for one. And fundophobia, which is actually comes from the Latin word for farm, is the fear of barns. I definitely know that I am done with the last phobia prompt because I'm well over the 300 stitches I needed for phobia number 6. I'm just not gonna stop counting until I finish this side. That will be done tonight because I want it finished. I have so many of these ornaments that I started in. You guys were there for that in 2022 when I decided to start a different ornament every day. Not my swiftest move. I may do it a little bit differently this year. So what I think I'm going to do, well, for 2024 we're going to talk about that later. I have an idea for it. But what I really would like to do with all of these ornaments that I started, ornaments and small, I'm probably going to spread them all out and pick out the flosses that I mosh pitted into a bag for all of them and separate them out to make my life just a little bit easier. So you will see this finished next week, or I will probably be not happy yet. That was my stitching for the week. Next year I may go back to telling you how many stitches I've stitched total in the week. I have so many finishes laying over here from the last couple of weeks. I'm relatively impressed with myself. I have finished so much stuff this year. That's the other thing I kind of want to do. I want to go back. I think almost all of my, yes, I have put all of my finishes thus far, except for Immortal, on Instagram. I was kind of hoping I'd finish this yesterday, because that's when I finished Immortal. It's like, I'll finish this, and then I'll post both of them at the same time. Well, that didn't happen, so I'm going to go back and grab pictures of all of my finishes, so that at one of our end of the year videos I can put them in there. That's my plan. We'll see if that happens. Speaking of plans, why don't we go into plans and announcements? Because he doesn't have any.
Actually, I'm trying to think of a plan I want to start doing. I have a New Year's resolution for stitching. Might be a little early for that, but...
Well, I mean, yes, no, maybe.
It's currently in the development stage. It's an alpha idea. It's in the alpha version.
Okay, so you're working on it.
But the general concept is I want to choose one day a week, and every week, that day, I spend X number of hours stitching every week.
Okay, that's a good plan.
I'm just trying to figure out which day it is, because Saturday, Sunday are not good ideas, because that's when we have the crazy. Thursday's D&D, Monday and Friday are hanging out, helping the friends. I'm actually thinking of Wednesdays.
Wednesday nights would be a good night, because, well, the first Wednesday of the month, April through December, is Needlework Guild. So you're kind of generally just have that stitching time anyways. So yeah, that would be a really good idea.
Just to try to get a little bit of it. It's not gonna, especially not this week.
Well, we have Guild this week on Wednesday.
Oh, I know. I just don't think I'm going to be capable.
You'll be alright. My plans for next year are very not quite figured out. I'm not doing Whipco, I know that. I have fallen off the Whipco horse every year. I have tried it for the last 3 years. Nope, just not going to do it this year. And with the way I kind of have been doing my rotation this year, I'm sticking with that. I like that of touching everything before I go back to something else. Even if it means alternative stitches for daily 30. What?
I will say, I think we need to put an escape clause in there. Basically, if you see the light at the end of the tunnel, because the thing's almost done, you can keep working on it.
Oh, well, that's definitely what I've been doing this year.
I know, but I'm that person with the rules. I gotta put that in there.
I'm not entirely sure how they're structuring the daily 30 yearly this year. Honestly, I'm not, because Jaffe was still sort of figuring that out when we had our meeting. I don't know if I'm going to do it this year or not. So, or next year. So, at some point in early December, I will go through all of my whips and figure out what I want to see finished in 2024. What.
Oh, I know. I gotta do something.
You know, do my little list of splitting everything. I don't really need to do my little list of splitting everything. But I do kind of want to look at and see what I really want to finish for 2024. What I want to put significant progress in, and what, kind of blasé, doesn't really matter. As I did for this year. So for the remainder of the year, I have a couple things that I would like to start. We'll start with this one. This was supposed to get started this month in October, but the person that I was supposed to start it with, she was going to start one at Nora Corbett, and I was going to start Nora Corbett, but she decided that people who probably don't really care about her as much as her real friends do were more important. So at some point in November, this will get started. This is Nora Corbett's Flower Charmer. It was new, I think it was the September release. Maybe it was August. There we go. I'm actually stitching this to gift it to somebody, so I would like to have it finished by next Christmas. It is a Nora Corbett. It is a Nora Corbett, so it's not as big or as intricate as a Mirabilia. That being said, no promises. It may be a Christmas 2025 gift. I'm not going to stress myself out like that.
I have a Nora Corbett around here somewhere.
Yes, you do. You have that owl.
And I was thinking of starting that with you.
Well, okay, we can figure that out. Ooh, that flopped. I really don't know when I'm going to start that Nora Corbett, so stay tuned. Sometime between now and the end of the year. I know that. I would like to do it sometime this month, or in November, but for November, I do know I have one thing that I'm going to start on a very specific, well, I don't know. It'll probably be the Friday, it might be the Saturday after Thanksgiving. It is Stony Creek's Collection Words of Praise. All the different words of praise for God and Jesus, right? I'm going to start this, so the words. Thanksgiving weekend is the start of Advent in the Catholic Church. So I'm going to start this for Advent. I thought about starting it for Christmas, but when I show you my New Year, New Start, you will understand why I decided to maybe not do that. So, the first weekend of Advent, this will be started. Either the Friday or the Saturday of that weekend. I'm just doing it on white fabric because the called for is platinum, which is a very, very, very light gray. I'm just going to do it on white. There is a cross. There you can see it. If you look under Lamb of God, under Lamb, you can see where the cross arms are. It's very, very light. It is called for in Weeks Dye Works Confederate Gray. I don't have that. I don't actually have the DMC 3023. That is the alternative. But I do have, I think it's 3024. A little bit darker. I'm going to go with that. Just to kind of make the cross a little bit more predominant. There's another one in here. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's 3011. I didn't have. I just pulled the next one to it because none of it, it's all, you know, the words are all just one color. There's no shading or anything. So if I didn't have it, I just pulled what was next to it, and the color-wise, make my life easy. So Thanksgiving weekend, this will be started. Blah, 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 blah. That's plans. Announcements. I lost it. I lost it. There it is. I found it. I have received the copies, the store copies, of Christmas Story by Sister Lou Stitches, the Slovak Farm exclusive for Christmas this year. It is up on the website. You will need to contact me to order the fabric because it is a custom cut of fabric, and I have to calculate that differently. I don't have custom cuts to put up on the website. And the Sullivan's Floss Pack is available. That's plans, that's announcements. I will show you what I bought. Not all what I bought. I got the thread I needed for that quarantine quickie that I showed you guys last week. That I was like, I don't think the Kreinik that it says it uses is gonna match. It doesn't. It's not a big deal. I will pull out that dark blue Kreinik and use this little bit lighter blue Kreinik, and it'll be fine. No one will know but me.
And everybody who watches our videos.
Well, exactly. Well, yeah, but none of them will care.
Except you.
I don't even care. The only thing I maybe possibly care about it is, technically, it's the same color as the smallest Jessica stitch in the middle. Or it's supposed to be the same color as the smallest Jessica stitch in the middle.
We forgot something with plans.
What?
Your weekly prompts.
Shit, we did. Pardon my French. But,
Finish this and we'll go to it.
So let's go to my let's backtrack back to the crazy train is out there today. Weekly prompts for Daily 30. You know what got me really screwed up was the Halloween phobia thing, and then I just went off from there.
Yeah, okay.
So the prompts for Halloween week are based on Salem, Massachusetts. Not about the witch trials, but about Salem, Massachusetts, the city. Okay. The first prompt is about Salem Commons, which is a little like park near Central Salem. The streets around it got their name because when George Washington was doing like a tour of the new country after the Revolutionary War, that's where when he made his stop in Salem where he was. So they named all the streets kind of George Washington related. So the prompt is to stitch on something patriotic. I don't have anything patriotic. Or stitch on something that starts with N, S, E, or W. North, South, East, West. So here are your options. Where is the pencil? To pick. Sampler book, which starts with an S. Alright, the second one is about the House of Seven Gables.
What's a gable?
Gable. Roof feature.
Okay.
It is also called the Hawthorne. I've also heard it called the Hawthorne House. The author, whose last name was Hawthorne, I can't remember his first name. I think it might have been William, but I could be wrong. Wrote a book about the house. So the prompt is to stitch on something with a book or a house on it. I don't have anything with a book on it, but I have a couple things with houses on it. Victorian Way has 3 houses on it. The Samantha statue. There was a story arc on Bewitched that was centered around and filmed in Salem, and so the city decided to put up a statue of Samantha from Bewitched in her honor. So stitch on something that has a witch or something that has traveled. Gee, I don't know. All of my projects have traveled at some point. So we can pick anything that doesn't have a check mark next to it here.
Victorian way.
Okay, we're going to do Victorian way again. It's the 300, 400 week, so.
I hope there's enough left in that.
I got a whole house to finish.
Okay.
There's plenty. Pioneer Village is obviously a pioneer reenacting village. Stitch on something with a town or a village. The Victorian way is really all I got.
That's funny.
I do have a free pass that I can apply to one of my prompts, so it may get, one of these. Haunted Happenings is something to do with the haunt. Obviously, people really think that, obviously, Salem is a very haunted place because it's old AF, witch trials, all that jazz. There are probably multiple paranormal tour groups, whatever. Haunted Happenings is the most popular one. Stitch on something with an animal or children. Fall on the Farm. So if I do get burnt out on Victorian Way before I get to the Samantha statue one, I'm going to do Fall on the Farm instead. Or sampler book, I'll start with prompt 2 and 4 with Victorian Way, see where I'm at with that before I get to that. We will get the new monthly on Wednesday, and I'm done with the yearly, so we're good with that. Okay, now we're going to go into haul. Even though I kind of briefly diverted. There, we're going to go into haul. I ordered a couple charts. One of the newest releases from Lindy Stitches. Dogs in the Garden. The fall one, Romping in the Sunflowers. It's a greyhound. It's a greyhound. I should make the greyhound black, because my greyhound is black. It's greyhound.
Oh, no. Especially with the white. Because she has that white.
I know.
It's cute.
Very cute. And this, I ordered my New Year, New Start. I need to start getting it up. Y'all will understand when I show it to you. Autumn in Hockern Hollow is my New Year, New Start. See, you guys understand. This is the floss list. I'm insane. And yes, I'm going to do all of the blocks.
I love you. Those are mutually. One doesn't have to do with the other.
Well, I am insane. Yes, I'm going to do all of the blocks. I think the only blocks that don't have verses in them are the... Oh, well, that one doesn't. Okay, there are a couple. I will even do the witch and the ghost graveyard.
Can I be a smart butt?
What?
Get those blocked out. Like this one now covers everything for Halloween for you.
This one will cover several Halloweens for me. I am doing this I'm going to do this like I have done Shores, where I will stitch them individually, so I can individually block finish them. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to do it that way. The original thought when I started Shores in 2020 was that I was going to stitch all of the Hawk Run Hollows as individual blocks, finish them as individual little flat fold blocks, and make a Hawk Run Hollow village on a wall when we lived in a giant Victorian that had a buttload of wall space. I'm not sure how I would do that in this house. Because we have a lot of windows in this house, which I love. Not a lot of wall space. So I may just do this all as one piece at this junction.
Can I be honest?
What?
I think that would be awesome.
I think it would be the better option is to just do it all as one piece. So.
Well, I was actually thinking because then it would fit really well right here next to this big tall window. Then you have the big tall piece right there in the corner. Or over there on that side in that little spot there.
Right. Today's mail, I got my little EGA welcome kit. Because I joined EGA. I got a little bag. Little tote bag.
No, I did not join. They meet while I'm at work.
Yes, we meet. The EGA meets while he's at work on the second Thursday of the month. It's got the EGA Needle Arts magazine. It's kind of got a little welcome guide. And the best part, stickers. These can go in my cup. These cannot go in my cup. And yes, some of them are light, and you're not going to be able to see them because of the camera glare. But stickers. That's all. That's everything for the week. So, that's the week. How would we like them to do, darling?
I'd like them to have a really nice week, and hopefully they're in good health.
I'd like you all to have a really nice week.
Please, please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, dingy bobby, the whole YouTube spiel.
You can't feel that bad if he's still acting like this.
That was actually why I wasn't talking, because I was saving up.
Sneaky's on my screen. Thank you all so much for spending a little bit of time with us this week. We hope you had a wonderful time. And we appreciate it. And we hope to see you again. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.